Breaking news tonight. Russia has deployed hypersonic armed warships, signaling preparations for what some analysts warn could spiral into World War III. These cutting-edge weapons, traveling at speeds over Mach 9, are designed to outpace and overwhelm Western defenses. But what does this escalation mean for global security, and is the world now closer to a full-scale confrontation? As Moscow deploys these weapons across its naval fleet, the question is urgent. Are we seeing preparations for a third world war, or a high-stakes show of force? Hypersonic missiles travel at more than 5 times the speed of sound, with unpredictable flight paths. Unlike traditional ballistic missiles, they can maneuver mid-flight, making them nearly impossible to intercept with today's anti-missile defenses. Russia's Zircon hypersonic missile is designed for both sea and land-based targets. Launched from frigates and submarines, it can strike within minutes, leaving enemy radars little to no warning. This is not just an incremental improvement. Hypersonics change the rules of warfare. They compress decision-making time and tilt the balance toward offense over defense. In January, Russia officially deployed the Admiral Gorshkov frigate, armed with Zircon hypersonic missiles, to the Atlantic. Moscow says these ships are a direct response to NATO support for Ukraine. The Kremlin boasts that no Western defense system can stop them. And in war games, Russia has simulated hypersonic strikes on European and American targets. NATO commanders admit they have no reliable shield against Zircon. Systems like Patriot and Aegis were designed for slower missiles. Against hypersonics, they are almost blind. The deployment of hypersonic missiles raises the stakes dramatically. In any conflict, Russia could use these weapons to target aircraft carriers, bases, or even critical infrastructure in Europe within minutes. For NATO, this means traditional deterrence missile shields. Naval supremacy may no longer guarantee safety. Analysts warn that this imbalance could trigger miscalculation. If Russia feels emboldened, or NATO feels threatened, a single strike could ignite a global war. Hypersonics are destabilizing because they shorten reaction time. In a crisis, leaders may be forced to choose launch now, or risk being destroyed. That is exactly how World War III can start. The US and China are both racing to develop their own hypersonic arsenals. Washington has poured billions into research, but Pentagon officials admit they are years behind Moscow and Beijing. Meanwhile, Russia continues to showcase hypersonic missiles not just as weapons, but as political leverage, a reminder that in any confrontation, it holds cards that even advanced militaries cannot counter. Russia's hypersonic warships are more than just a military advance. They are a signal, a warning to NATO, to the United States, and to the world. As the Ukraine war drags on, and as global tensions rise, these weapons remind us of how thin the line is between regional conflict and global catastrophe. In this era of hypersonics, preparation for World War III is no longer theoretical, it is part of today's reality.